I think, John, I think David has come with one last comment. I would love to hear your answer on that, and we can try to include it in the podcast by some editing. How do you actually do individual annual reviews when you have only rework percentage? I mean, you've had to do this. You've run enough companies, you've run enough organizations.
Yep.
How do you do it?
Yep. That is where the engineering manager comes in. A few podcasts ago, you guys discussed that. The role of the engineering manager, and I believe that this is where the engineering manager has to be there, has to be walking around, has to be observing, and it's done subjectively. It can't be done, I don't believe, with numbers. I think that a lot of teams or people try to do away with the engineering manager role. I don't think you can, because somebody needs to be responsible for the career growth of people, and somebody needs to be able to assess them. And it is not a numerical thing. I just don't believe it's a numerical thing.
Okay. Well, I think that's from someone who's had to live and do it on a regular basis. I appreciate that. I mean, as an engineer, I always wanted something that was very subjective. I mean, very objective, that I could say, here's how I'm improving myself. Here's my personal performance goals. Whether I had a good manager who fought for me in those meetings, or a bad manager who just sort of rolled over and said, yeah, you can have all the budget to reward your people. I think they did a good job too, right? But, life's not fair, and I can't get a perfect system. And particularly with these measures, they're not going to be helpful.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we all want that sort of I'm awesome at what I do, feeling, and it would be great to put a number on it. I've never figured out what that number is, but I did once go back to a project, a location I served at in the military early in my career, and the last system I wrote, I designed and wrote. And I ran into the user, and it was about 6 years later, and he said, "We haven't found any defects yet." And I thought, that's pretty good.
You should have retired right then, John.
Yeah, well, I was